very mixed on Redlettermedia. Now, I should state upfront, I'm fairly pro Star Wars prequels, but I'm not insane. Obviously, the prequels had many issues, many flaws, many problems. And the prequels are sort of how Redlettermedia became famous. I honestly think they were being very dishonest and didn't really give them a fair chance. But again, sometimes they do very good reviews, sometimes they do very bad reviews. I'd have to say the Matrix Resurrection one is sort of in the middle. At least Mike tried to understand Matrix Resurrections, but Jay was just totally worthless. Now I understand. He's much more of a horror person. That's fine. But I did find it, after a while, a little annoying just how stupid and thick headed he was, and thinking The Matrix was only about action. But I think there's something more of value than just mocking his really bad interpretation. Because he does ask, well, wait a minute, what about this little point? It didn't seem to make a whole lot of sense. They skipped it over. No, they talk about it. So we're going to hear him speak because a lot of people were genuinely confused. And I'll try to work through it in response.
About how Neil Patrick Harris resurrects Trinity. He rebuilds her body so she comes back alive. Same with Neo. They fix his eyes.
Yes.
They fix his brain.
They get everything back to what you want.
They come back alive.
That's the thing, is like the literal story, like I don't know what the fuck is going on in the explanation of that stuff. But it always doesn't matter.
Well, he says...
So the basic question is, why are Neo and Trinity back? Well, again, the analyst devoted a whole monologue to this. So it was stated very explicitly. Again, the analyst is the antagonist, the villain. We shouldn't necessarily believe him, but as far as I understand it, the story is this. The third movie, Matrix Revolutions, did happen. There was a truce, and at the very end, the Oracle and Architect speak, and the Oracle asks explicitly, what will happen to the people who want to leave the Matrix? The Architect says, they will be let go. I picked it up just fine. We even see the machines attacking one another. Niobe refers to this. They bring it up several times. There was an energy crisis. The analyst thought, I'm going to use the bodies of Neo and Trinity to solve this energy crisis. But there was a dilemma. Having them close together physically, yes, I'm going to get a lot of power, but I risk bringing back two very powerful antagonists. That's why they had to use mind control and manipulate their emotions. But in terms of the reason Trinity and Neo are back, it's due to the energy crisis. The analyst says this several times. Other characters refer to this. It's stated several times in the film. So either we're just not paying attention, or frankly, you're just not very intelligent to begin with. I mean, this wasn't even tough philosophy. This isn't some obscure reference to Plato or Descartes or Kant or Mill or Marx or Nietzsche. This was fairly obvious. Like, yeah, the machines need energy. They had an energy crisis. Neo and Trinity were, quote, the solution to the problem. But it had a paradox. It's not even a profound paradox. It's sort of like, okay, we want the energy, but we don't want to have them. We want the energy, but we don't want them to become superheroes again and challenge the Matrix. Again, I understood that just the first time seeing it. I'm going to see it several more times. There are genuine mysteries and difficulties. There's a lot of paradoxes. There's a lot of things not explained. But in terms of the main thing of, well, how or why Trinity and Neo are back, the machines rebuilt them. They rebuilt them to use them as super batteries. I really don't see what's so hard to understand here. I really don't. Redlettermedia is sometimes very decent. Even when they're throttling a film I like they didn't like Ghostbusters Afterlife very much. I thought it was a pretty good film. But at least they bring up some fair points and not so fair points. But this one was really imbalanced. They just seemed to dislike The Matrix Resurrections, but at least Mike did recommend it, if weekly. But Jay didn't even give it a chance. He's just, this is stupid. It should all be dumb action. The first one was great. It was dumb action. Why is this film trying to be smart? Why is it trying to be intelligent? I don't know. Maybe because they think intelligent filmmaking is good. Maybe they expect some of the audience to be interested in philosophy and film together at the same time. Now, I'm self-interested because I'm literally doing things on film and philosophy. But you don't want to say, well, it's a bad film because it has philosophy. No, you just don't like reading philosophy. You don't like understanding things. That's fine. That doesn't make it a bad film. It just means that it's not a film for your tastes. And you should just admit, maybe this is a little too intelligent. Maybe it's a little too complex. There's no shame in that, but don't, quote, attack the film for being intelligent and you being stupid. That's not going to work. It's just not.